Warrior Nun, ladies and I can't even stop laughing. Warrior Nun, ladies and gentlemen, episode 8. Oh Lord. Season finale, Jeremiah 29:13. We have reached the end, Warrior. Sweet Jesus. It's your boy Akon with a Netflix review for you as we conclude Warrior Nun Season 2. Oh God, y'all gonna make me do this. So, yeah. The episode starts. This particular episode starts where Ava is still on the bed, because she still has the crown on her head. And she goes into the other world. She goes to the other side. While she's in the other side, she sees the demons, and then we meet Rhea, who is a tall, blonde, white woman, and the two of them made eye contact, and then she said her name, and then something happened, and we didn't get to see what happened because then they cut, to the real world. Vincent's getting yoked up now by B and by the rest of the gang, and then and then he was trying to tell him, he was like, Ava chose this, and then they're like, then why are you here? And he was just like, because I repent for my sins, and I just want, to redeem myself. And then he was like, Ava chose this because she wanted to try to figure out a way to destroy Adriel. And then that's when Beatrice she's like, first of all, even if she chose that, even if she picked, made the decision to put the crown on her own head so she can try to find a way to the other world to try to kill Adriel. She said how's she supposed to take the damn thing off because it incapacitates her and she can't take it off her own damn head. And as soon as Beatrice says that, Ava sat up like the Undertaker and she took the crown off her head, and then she's like, we have a plan. So, and we never found out what the conversation was between Rhea and between Ava. That conversation never took place. Even when the episode ended, we still never found out what the two of them talked about when they were in the realm together. So now they have a plan. So apparently the cross that Adriel's using to harness all of that prayer energy, it's shooting down into the space bridge, which is below, and it's supposed to power up the ark and allow him to bring whatever demons or whoever through. Because his plan was basically to bring Rhea through the portal so he can trap her inside. Because Adriel knows all and he knows the plans and everything, this, that, and the third. So they're coming up with a plan. They have a plan, and then Ava is just like, okay, one team is going to destroy the cross, the other team is going to destroy the machine, and then secretly, Miguel and we're going to try to kill Adriel because we're going to blow each other up. Miguel and Ava had that conversation where she finally agreed to do his plan, where she's going to use her power to ignite the spark to explode his body to kill Adriel, which is, who'll be close by. Vincent decided to come with them, and then everybody was against it. And then even Mother Superior, she was just like, she's like, as a nun, she's like, I know I'm supposed to be forgiving, but every single thing in my soul tells me to tell you to kick rocks. And then he was like, I don't expect you to forgive me, Mother Superior. But he's like, but allow my actions the chance to prove my worth and my forgiveness and my sorrow to the nun clan. And then she's just like, fine. So she allows to go with her. B, she's like, you can't come. And then Ava's like, no, bring him because we actually need him. So then this is the best. This is why I love Mother Superior. So everybody gets in the truck. Everyone's in the van. All the nuns are in the van. They're getting ready to storm the castle and they get ready to fight Adriel. Mother Superior, who just came back from the dead, she didn't go with them on the mission. She walks up to the van with everybody inside it. And then she goes, the fate of the world and the fate of our existence rests in your hands, my sisters. And then she looks at them and goes, don't fuck it up. And I died. Because this is why I love this woman. Like, I'm so glad she's not dead. She's like, don't fuck it up. So now they go down to the place. They sneak in. They find Camilla. They find Yasmin. So everybody breaks up into groups and they go do what they got to do during the fight and during the chaos, because once they actually got into the Vatican or whatever the hell that they were, they got attacked by some of Adriel's goons and they had to fight them off. During the fight, Michael actually escaped and he went downstairs to where he knew the space bridge was. Ava, she knew the plan. So after the fight was over, she took Beatrice and Jasmine to a false place where it was. And then that's when, Beatrice was like, what's going on, Ava? She was like, why is it not here? And then she was just like, because it's the warrior's nun's job to protect her sisters and I need to do this alone. And then, you know, Beatrice was like, no, don't do it to Ava. And then she was like, no, it's the warrior nun's job. And then here's, let's just get this over with. Let's get this over with. All right, so the kiss thing. More on that later. Like, I have two thoughts about this, both in this particular moment and then at the end. Ava was trying to get Beatrice to let her go. Beatrice didn't want her to go. She was trying to convince her to let her come with her. And Ava's whole thing was, I need to do this alone and get away from me. The way everybody on social media was making a big deal about this situation, about this kiss, was like the two of them together embraced each other in like, you know, like sexual harmony. When Ava kissed Beatrice, she did it like, it was one of those, and this is just me. Like, I understand I am completely in the minority on this, but this is just how I felt when I watched what I watched. It felt like Ava just kissed her because she knew Beatrice liked her, and she knew kissing her would get her to back off so she can get away and go do what she got to do. And I said this all along. The whole love interest thing between the two of them, I believe it on Beatrice's side. I completely believe it on Beatrice's side that Beatrice loves this woman and wants to be with this woman and has strong feelings for this woman. That was your moment, and you basically just stood there with your hands behind your back, and it was almost like, and then even then, like after Ava released her lips from her, Beatrice didn't smile, Beatrice didn't say anything, she just stood there like, I don't know if she was in shock because she didn't see it coming. I mean, I'm sorry, it just came across real dry. The whole thing, it came across dry to me only because it didn't feel like it was happening on both ends. It felt like I've been accusing them the whole season of the love interest only being on Beatrice's side and not really showcasing that for Ava. So then when you finally get the scene where Ava makes the advance towards her and Ava showcases some sort of like, you know, like romantic feeling towards her, now the girl just stone cold. She's just sitting there and I'm just like, this is not, like, it's not working for me. Like I need her to get into the, like, this wasn't working for me. And then, but then there was a second chance at love towards the end, but more on that later. They're in the Vatican, and then Camilla and the rest of the nuns, they're trying to destroy the cross because, like Camilla said, what's going on inside here is the blasphemy of all blasphemy. She ends up putting explosive devices all over the crown, and then the nuns, you know, like, because they got captured, the nuns were just waiting for their moment to strike so they can take down Adriel's followers. Beatrice and Yasmin ended up looking for Ava. They deduced that the energy has to be like inverted. The way the temple was built was inverted, so the power has to be coming from below, so they knew that the bridge was downstairs. Ava and Mike, they go downstairs, they're holding each other's arm, they're having like little flirty conversation, and then they go phasing all the way to the bottom, and then they go into the temple where Adriel is. Now, they talked about this plan for like 4 episodes. Michael's whole thing was he was just like, oh, there's a way to kill him. You got to use me to kill him. You got to ignite me so I can kill him. There's a plan. He kept talking about this plan. He was breaking his neck trying to talk about this plan, coming up with this plan. They go into the chamber. Adriel killed him in 2 seconds. And I was just like, damn. I was like, you talked all that shit. And the angel of death, Lilith, just ripped his heart out, and like, that was it. And then to the point where it was so bad to the point where like even Adriel was like making fun of him. He was like, I'm sorry, what did you say? He's like, I didn't get that last word. And then I'm like, that was it. Like, that was how his story ended. We went from a kid who was trying to be healed by his mama to coming back as a grown-ass man. And like the way he died, they did him dirty. I was actually disappointed. I was really disappointed in how he went out, because that was just bad. Ava's still getting her ass beat. So now both Adriel and Lilith are kicking her ass. And this is Ava killing me here, because you're the warrior nun. Like, you're supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be all powerful. The moment Miguel died, she immediately dropped to her knees and started sniveling. And I'm like, now she's crying. And then she's like, oh my God. And I'm just like, woman, what are you doing? I'm like, you're supposed to be the warrior nun. Like, at least pretend, like, although you've lost this battle and it seems like you're going to lose the war, at least pretend, you know what I'm saying, like, you want to kick somebody's ass. It's like, why are you crying on the floor? So that, like that killed it. That killed it for me, because I'm just like, the bad guys are legitimately winning here. And, you know, then that's when Adriel, he opened up the portal, and then when the portal opened, his followers yoked up Rhea, and then they grabbed Rhea and threw her pure ass right through the portal, and then she ended up on the floor, and we never saw her again until, like, the end of the fight scene. So now she's on the floor, and then that's when Beatrice shows up. Beatrice comes inside. Ava ends up fighting back. She's fighting Adriel. Both of them are fighting Adriel. There was a really cool scene where Beatrice actually killed all of Adriel's followers, and she told them, she was like, anybody that leaves now, your life will be spared. And then she was like, no takers? Oh well. And then she chopped him up. Yasmin actually killed the priest with the one eye, the one that betrayed the Pope. She actually killed him because she cut an artery on his leg. And then even then after she, you know, like, because she got beat up too. Like, that girl had heart. Like, she went out, like, she didn't die, thank goodness, but it was hard to watch her get her ass whooped because she doesn't have like the stomach for it. So like somebody needs to train her like ASAP. And then like after she defeated that one person and then Beatrice killed like 12 people, then she just sat on the floor and just like tried to catch her breath. So now Beatrice is downstairs, Ava downstairs. They fight in the Angel of Death and everything. And then because Miguel's body was like dead on the floor and his blood was spilled everywhere, Ava decided to use the power of the halo to ignite his blood because that blue shit was in his blood. She ignited the blood. And actually that was the moment where Beatrice came downstairs because she saw Ava right before she ignited the blood. And then the explosion happened and it damaged Adriel, but it didn't kill him. And then after that, like Beatrice ran over to Ava, helped her up because she got knocked out. She got knocked down. And then like, you know, Lilith, like she got beat up, like she got cut on the arm. And then Adriel got up and he was just like, oh, you thought that was going to stop me. He was like, I can't be killed in this realm. And then that's when Ava said, well, I know something that can kill you in this realm. And he was like, what? The halo, child. And then she was like, no. And then she used the halo to bring those same demons that she had a conversation with in the beginning of the episode. She brought them into the chamber, and then those demons yoked up Adriel, and the demons killed Adriel, and it wasn't even Ava who killed Adriel. And the meanwhile, Rhea's still laying on the floor. So, I mean, that was a little anticlimactic how Adriel went out, but I guess it makes sense. Like, I guess it makes sense. But then, then after that, then, because of, the intensity of the battle and because of the emotional stress on her and the halo. Well, Camilla blew up she finally did blow up the cross. And then once she blew up the cross, that's when Ava, like, got her full halo power back. But I guess because of the explosion, because of the igniting that happened, she was weakened. And then, she wasn't long for this world. And she said that she was dying. So, Beatrice was crying and she was like, I can't lose you. She was like, you're going to make it. You're the warrior nun. And she was like, not this time, B. She was like, it's over for me. And then that's when Lilith came out of nowhere, because now all of a sudden we back on the side of the angels. Like, now we're back on the good side. And then she was like, oh, there's one way to save her, but you got to put her in the portal. And I'm like, bitch, why should I listen to you? But then she was just like, she's right. So then both of them, they helped Ava up and they brought Ava to the portal. Now, when she was sitting in front of the portal and Beatrice was like, no, I can't lose you. Don't go. Ava said to her, she was like, B, you got to let me go. Because she was like, yo, you've been thirsty all season. She was like, I need you to let me go. She's like, I need to go and I need to do this. That was the moment for them to kiss. And another problem I had with the kiss was the timing of it. Because that kiss was wasted on that flat-ass, dry-ass scene that they did in that chamber. The moment for them to actually kiss was when she said, you have to let me go. And then that's when Beatrice should have been like, I can't because I love you. And then she should have grabbed her and kissed her. And then Ava should have kissed her back. And then, that would have been more like, oh my God, that would have been more like romantic. And even then, when she said, when she was like, you got to let me go, Beatrice just let her go and pushed her in the portal. And I'm just like, there was no emotion from, like, there was like, it just bothered me because... And maybe how people were reacting on social media kind of like ruined the moment or ruined the scene for me. But from the beginning, it just seemed like Beatrice was the one who was in love and Ava was the one who wasn't really feeling it romantically. Now that we flipped it, now it seems like Beatrice is the one who wasn't into it romantically. She was like so cold towards her in that moment, and I'm just like, that was the moment, like that was the moment to get. Anyway, so, I mean, she gone now. So, I mean, if you enjoyed what you got, then that I'm definitely happy for you. But I'm sorry, for me, it just didn't work. And I was open to accepting it. Like, I was waiting to accept it. I was waiting to see like a passionate scene where two women come together and embrace each other. And it just, like I said, for me, it just fell flat, but whatever. So Ava gone now, she's in the portal. And then that's when Lilith had said to Beatrice, she was just like, oh, she was like, there's a war coming. She's like, there's a holy war coming. And I'm like, with who? Like, there's nobody left. Like, Adriel's dead. The warrior nun is gone. Like, who's left? And then she was like, there's a holy war coming. And she's like, when it happens, I hope we're on the same side. And I'm like, so why don't you just join their side so you won't have to make that decision? She never killed her mom, and I thought that was a missed opportunity. And then, Lilith just disappeared, and then Beatrice was just sitting there, like sitting in front of the portal, like looking stupid. So then we fast forward. Now we got a cut scene. We got an end credit scene where we're back at the Vatican. All the nuns are there. Camilla's there. Yasmin's getting warrior nun training. There are new recruits. The black girl, she there. She got her purple hair. No Shotgun Mary, so we're probably gonna save Shotgun Mary for season 3. And then the sword that was used to kill Adriel, whatever, was put in a glass case. And then that's when Mother Superior came up to Beatrice, and she was just like, "Oh, the new recruits are waiting for you downstairs." And then she was like, "Fuck the new recruits, I'm leaving." And she was like, "I won't." She was like, "I won't be a part of this charade any longer." And then she walked away, waved bye to everybody, and then then she left. And then after that, the blue sword started glowing, which symbolizes, I guess, that the warrior nun is still around and that Ava will be back. That's not a secret. We all know she's coming back. And thank you for tuning in. So I enjoyed it. I mean, I did. There were quite a few things that fell flat for me. Like Michael's death fell flat. The kiss fell flat. Like the way Adriel died fell flat. But overall, like, Mother Superior saved this show for me. She saved the finale for me because, like, I rides with her hard body. And I hope to see her, Yasmin, and Camilla, even Vincent. Vincent was still at the Vatican. Like, when they were training the new recruits, Vincent was still there, so they let him back into the fold. So we'll see what happens. I'm definitely interested to see what this holy war is all about. And I will be looking forward to a season 3. I mean, and again, this is just, like, again, I'm strictly just talking about the romantic aspect of it. This is just my personal opinion. Like I said, I've watched so many different shows that had gay or lesbian relationships. Like on Arrow, when they made Mr. Terrific a gay character, I didn't have a problem with that, and I had no issue whatsoever with his storyline, despite the fact that he wasn't gay in the comic. When Alex came out as being lesbian in season 2, despite the fact that she was going out on dates with people in season 1, I accepted that because the way they portrayed Alex's character, it did seem like, she was never sure about, like, her sexuality, and she had, like, questions, or like it wasn't a surprise to me. Like, I don't have, like, the Aquaman, the Aqualad thing on Young Justice. Like, I didn't buy that one because he spent the first 2 seasons pining after a woman, and then randomly out of nowhere we find out that he likes dudes in season 3. And I'm just like, that was just bad storytelling. So there are so many situations where lesbian, gay, bisexual couples have come together, and from a storyline purpose, it made perfect sense. And when both characters finally got together, you believed it because you believed the story. This just wasn't one of those situations, because there have been other stories, other situations where two couples got together, 2 people got together, and I was just like, I don't feel it. I don't feel it. So in this particular situation, I didn't feel it. So, but maybe they'll change that in season 3, and they'll do better to build a better relationship for the 2 of them going forward. But overall, I enjoyed Warrior Nun. I don't have a problem with Warrior Nun. That's my show, and I'll definitely be looking forward to in a season 3. So share your questions, comments, and or concerns down below. Like, what did you think about the season finale? Did it fall flat for you? Did it meet your expectations? Were you happy with how Beatrice and Ava finally, embraced each other? Do you think, like, they'll get together in the future? Is this it? Are there going to be struggles? And do you think Shotgun Mary coming back when we get to season 3? Check me out on Twitter and or Instagram, always on YouTube, where you can share your questions, comments, and concerns. Because again, although I don't agree with the entire planet about their relationship, I mean, you can share your thoughts about why you did like it. If the scene worked for you, tell me why it worked for you so I can hear your opinion. Let me hear what's coming through your mind, because maybe you'll tell me something that I didn't see. Maybe you'll shed a different light on it, that, a different perspective that I didn't see. Maybe I can see it your way. Maybe I said some things that you all agree with. Maybe you don't. And whether we agree or not, that's not the point. The point is we all enjoy the show. So let's just enjoy the show and just share our questions, comments, and concerns and continue to talk about it. So that was it, guys. So signing off. This is my first time doing Warrior Nun. And also, let me know down in the comment section below, when it comes to doing these reviews for Netflix specifically, do you think I should continue reviewing them one episode at a time, or do you think I should just do one big season review, one video, and just talk about the whole thing in one shot? Because the Netflix reviews are an experiment for me, because I'm used to my shows coming out week to week. And I did Cobra Kai on the channel, and now I've done Warrior Nun. I did it episode by episode. Maybe I'll pick another show and just do one big review. But let me know if that works for you. Should I keep the format the way it is, or should I change it up? So until next time, guys, check out my other reviews like Titans and Doom Patrol, and my Stargirl series finale review. And as always, may the power of Christ protect you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Until next time, Christ be with you.